So here I am for my latest update, and I did not update yesterday. So we made it 2 days, 3 days, and then missed day number 4. I think the biggest difficulty is traveling a little bit. I'm down in Charleston, South Carolina, visiting brother-in-law and his girlfriend right now, which you can see. It's very nice down here. Weather's great. Had a nice meeting with alumni today. Talked about affinity for like the university that you went to, which I think is an interesting question or concept. You know, what makes people feel connected to the groups or institutions that they've had involvement with. I had a lot of friends that went to the University of South Dakota with me that would never give a dime back to the university, would never go back for anything like D-Days or any of the homecoming. I feel the complete opposite of that. I would go back every single year if I had the opportunity. I love going to the basketball games and the football games. I still feel really connected to it. I still watch any videos that they put out. I still talk to friends that I have that were on teams or organizations. Some of the best friends that I still have, I made in college, and I keep up with those people. I've been on spring break trips, been to see them and their family, you know, as all of us have kind of moved along in life. So it's interesting to see the differences between people and how they feel about where they went, or even where they work. I think another question is where you work. Do you feel connected there? Do you feel like your needs are met? Do you feel like it's a place that you're proud to work for? I've felt differently about different organizations that I've worked for. One of them that I worked for 5.5 years, which seems odd, was like McDonald's. I liked my experience there. I liked who I worked with. I liked what I learned. I learned about management and managing people and systems and processes, and that was very interesting to me. And then like all of the construction jobs that I worked when I was in college, I love those. But again, it probably falls back into my personality. I like learning, and so whenever I was on a construction job, I didn't want to do the same task over and over again and develop mastery. I was far more interested in exploring the different ways that different tasks were done. And I had some really great opportunities to do that all the way up until probably 10 years ago was the last year that I actually worked full-time construction during the summer. And that was actually a full remodel during the summer. We did a $500,000 remodel on a multi-million-dollar house in South Dakota, where we essentially added one sunroom and a bunch of decks and remodeled the basement floor. It was cool. Got to learn layout, got to learn a bunch of different skills, got to see a task taken from the beginning, where you do a lot of demo, to the end. So it's really, I watch things like Chip and Joanna Gaines from through a different lens than I think my wife does, because I think about what would it take to complete those processes and you know, the difficulties along the way. Especially like we'll look at a project and it'll just be, okay, here's a project, and I see all the difficulties, or I see the different things as far as scheduling and the different people that need to be involved in the different trades, and that's how I think of things. And I think those experiences have given me a lot of insight into running, you know, successful groups, and we've got a very successful group, and one of my primary tasks is to manage people, and I think those are skills that you develop throughout life, and they're invaluable, really, really invaluable. So I don't know, comments, questions down below. You know, what was your experience like with your institution, and what made it special, or what made it terrible? I think a lot of my friends, regardless of what institution they would have gone to, they would have hated it. And I think it was because their perspective was skewed. They believed that the institution was there to maybe not meet all their needs. I'm not sure what it was, but they didn't do what they wanted. And I felt like the institution did what it was there and was designed to do, which was provide us with an education, not cater to our every whims and wants. So here's my 5-minute thought for the day. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm going to go down to the beach, watch the sunset. Have a great one.